was supposed to record this episode yesterday, and I did not. Not that it really matters, because who cares? It'll go up when it goes up. However, supposed to record it yesterday so that it could go up. Today is Friday. Maybe I will edit it quick and still get it up by the end of today. Who knows? But it'll go up when it goes up. And this is relevant to what I'm going to talk about because going to just talk about, real behind the scenes of business. I've been talking to so many people about this lately, and just a lot of people are stressed right now. I think just with a lot of things going on. There's a lot of shit going on, obviously, in the world in general, right? Everyone knows that. And so stress is at like an all-time high. And I think it's just a lot. And so I wanted to share a few things, and hopefully this will be helpful. And I just wanted to kind of talk about it today because I've been, I go through times where I'm like, what should I actually share on the podcast? Because I don't want to just record episodes just to put something out there, just to like say shit, because I don't think that that's helpful. But I also don't want to record boring things that are like, these are the 5 email templates that you need for your business. Because although that can be helpful, it's really boring to listen to as a podcast. I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's helpful. Let me know. But I personally would rather record things like this where I actually just talk about shit. So here we are talking about shit. So behind the scenes, it's been rough for a little bit here. And to be totally honest, it's interesting because I, no one shares everything online. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that you should definitely be authentic and not be lying about shit online, obviously. But I also don't think that you have to share like your entire life online. And there are, a lot of things that we deal with behind the scenes. I'm talking about like me personally, our family, that I obviously don't talk about. And it's a lot to deal with and run a business, to be honest. It really is. And it's something that, the other thing is, I never want to share these things and be like, it's not from a place of like, feel sorry for me because this is happening. Like, it's not that. It's just that there's a couple things. I want you to know that, like, I totally get it if you're going through shit, because a lot of people are, even if they don't say it. And there's people, that are portraying these lives online that look ideal and perfect. Who the hell knows what's going on behind the scenes? And I feel like there are ways that you can really take the pressure off of yourself and things that you can focus on that do matter in your business instead of all of the noise that is out there. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that today, because I will tell you that, just to give you some insight on what is going on here, At least once a week, Alexandra's coming home sick. That's our daughter. At least once a week. And it's tough. And I know that people work with their kids at home. Like, I get it. I get it. Um, I find it's extra challenging because she has severe ADHD and there's a lot of things that go along with that. And it is hard to say the least. And I'm not going to go into a ton of details because I'm also very aware that, at some point my kids might listen to this. And I don't want it to be a thing where they're like, why did you say that? But, it's challenging at times. And I know that it's hard for her too. And so it's recognizing both of those things, but it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. Um, and so there's been that. There's also many things that we deal with personally that obviously I don't talk about online. And there comes a time where, you really have to choose what you're going to give your focus to in terms of what's going to make the biggest difference in your business. And whether it's really listening to all these people that are telling you, you know, you have to post every single day and create the best content of all time and do all these things and, get the best reel hooks and do all this shit. And like, you're driving yourself crazy on that end. And then you're trying to figure out all the shit that's going on at home and balance everything and, sign clients and take care of your clients and just do all of the things. And it's a lot. And so there comes a time when you really need to focus on what is actually going to matter and make the difference. And what I've found lately, and I mean, you can take it or leave it because it's all finding what works for you truly. And that's like one of the biggest things, and I say it a lot, is you need to really find what works for you. You can't just be, following someone else's plan to a T or someone else's strategy or step by step this or that. For some things, it's, a little different when I'm saying, set up an email automation. Like some things, yeah, you kind of have to put in place a certain way because that's kind of how you have to set it up. But what you put in the emails, how you space it out, what you're saying, what you're selling, what your freebie is, like all of those things, customize it obviously to your business. You don't do it all the same. You need to find what works for you and what's going to feel good for you, for your business, for your life, that's going to align with your goals. It doesn't matter what the fuck anyone else is doing. And I think that that's where a lot of us feel this pressure and get caught up in this and get really stressed out about, you know, having to do all of these things and thinking that we're not doing enough and that we need to do more. And then you get burnt out. So, sorry, my voice is just, it's like all messed up, but it's fine. We're just going to roll with this. So, what really matters at this point right now, I I'm really focusing on, getting out 5 quality posts a week that I feel good about. and taking the rest of the time to focus on making connections with people. That's what I'm doing. And not posting on the weekend. Nothing. Taking it off. And I think that this is super important because I do think that we need to have that time to actually step away from our businesses. You can take this time off, even if it's every week. Your business doesn't have to stay open 24/7. I know it's been a thing that people have said. And no, businesses everywhere, if you think of any business, and I said this, I think, in the last podcast episode too, but if you think of any business, there are days that they close. You're one person. You don't need to stay open all the time. You don't. And especially because you're one person, that's insanity. You can take time off and you can really focus on things that are going to matter and make the difference and push your business forward the way that it needs to, and then put your time into the things, other things that matter. Getting a few pieces of quality content out, then focusing on your clients, then making more connections. And that, I think, is a huge one because a lot of people are looking for that right now. There are, you know, you can make good content. It will resonate with some people, but it's not enough. It is not enough. And people really want to connect with you before they're going to pay you, especially a lot of money for your services, because too many people have gotten burned. That's the other thing. And so stressing yourself out about making more content and not connecting with people just doesn't make sense. And I think when you switch those around, it gives you a lot more headspace because you can also get it done in less time. Not that you need to be inauthentic about it or shitty or whatever, but I know for me, when I'm going and talking to people in DMs or, just putting a comment on someone's post or whatever, I enjoy I enjoy doing it a lot. And I don't leave comments on people's posts that I'm just commenting for the sake of commenting. I actually really like commenting on content that I like or engaging with things or responding to stories. I actually enjoy having conversations with people. And if you approach it from that way, it goes a lot farther. Goes a lot farther. And I think it makes it a lot easier because your content can do a lot for you, but it does not replace that connection piece. And if you're solely focused on content, and that's what I see stressing out so many people from all my clients that I talk to, so many people online that I'm talking to, it's content that is stressing them out. Don't let it stress you out. It's also likes aren't going to pay your bills. Likes aren't, it doesn't matter. You can have 2 likes on a post. You can have 2,000 likes on a post. That is not putting money in your bank account. So figure out the things that really, really matter start putting more time into that because that's what's going to actually make the difference and really decrease your stress because you are finding that, you got a lot of shit going on. You are stressed out right now, and it's just getting to that point where it feels like it's a lot. Stop focusing on the things that are stressing you out more because that's not what's going to make the difference. Hopefully, this was helpful. You can message me if you have anything to say about it, questions, any further, anything, whatever. I would appreciate if you would give the podcast a 5-star rating, review. Love it. And that is it for today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't stress yourself out. And if you are listening to this on a Friday, take the fucking weekend off. Don't work this weekend. Okay? That's it. That's all I got.